This week on The Gadget Show, Pollyanna risks life and limb in the skies over Florida in an awesome machine equally at home on land, sea and in the air.
Jason and I show you how to build a tasty portable barbecue out of nothing more than a humble baked bean can.
Oh, it's gorgeous! Look at that! John attempts to ingratiate himself with the Swiss nation.
Excuse me, do you speak English?
Using the latest in translator apps.
Yes, of course. Excellent, brilliant.
And the UK's 400-metre record holder Ewan Thomas reveals which motivational running app
Increase your effort for 1 minute 30 seconds.
is way ahead of the field.
She's telling me to increase my effort. Do one.
Hello and welcome to another tech-packed edition of The Gadget Show.
And the great thing about us being right here on Channel 5 is that you can watch every single minute of the best tech show on TV absolutely free.
Yeah, with services like Freeview, FreeSat, YouView, you can get dozens of different channels, many of which are in HD, and you don't need a satellite subscription.
Yep, and if you want to record any of those free channels, you can always buy yourself one of these, a personal video recorder or PVR.
Yeah, the amount of channels that you can get, catch-up content, internet TV services can vary enormously.
Yep, so to find out which is the best one to suit you and the whole of your family, I decided to do a little bit of testing with the esteemed Mr. John Bentley and a few family members. To test the free-to-air services, we put together a virtual TV family consisting of all ages. There we are. To assess picture quality and how each package catered for our different watching habits.
There was me, Rachel, Rachel's lovely mum Celia, 17-year-old Ellie and 9-year-old William.
First up was Freeview Plus HD, which gets its pictures from a standard aerial and is designed to work with a wide range of set-top boxes. We began by testing how easy Freeview was to set up.
Very simple.
It's very good.
Easy to navigate.
Auto-tuning complete.
Freeview Plus HD comes with 50 channels, 4 of them in HD and 24 radio stations. But would that be enough to please the whole family?
It definitely had all the channels that I'm used to having and wanted. I wasn't really expecting anything extra from it.
Can I have a play? But Freeview's electronic program guide doesn't let you scroll back in time to let you catch up on what's already been on.
No.
No.
So you can only go back as far as what's on at the moment.
But what about that all-important picture quality?
There's a lot more depth in the shot, in my opinion.
I think it looks almost 3D.
Next up was FreeSat Plus HD with FreeTime, a satellite service, so if you don't already have a dish, you'll need one, and that comes with an extra setup cost.
Start by connecting your box to the satellite dish.
Ah. And the rest of the setup was really simple.
Oh, there you go.
Good, excellent, great, all connected. Brilliant.
FreeSat has over 100 more channels than aerial-based services, but it didn't cater to all our viewing needs.
A lot of the key channels from Freeview are missing. You don't get Quest, you don't get Dave, for example, and I think I'd miss those.
Considering its signal is delivered by satellite, picture quality was a little disappointing.
The other ones are a bit sharper, but this is quite fuzzy.
It did say on the programme information that they were being broadcast in HD, but we couldn't actually tell whether they were or not. It was very iffy.
Our final service on test was YouView, which is another aerial-based service. Designed with its own set-top box, it comes with catch-up TV as standard.
This was by far the easiest to get started.
Oh, wow.
It's doing everything for us.
Brilliant.
Yes, I like this system.
YouView lets you access on-demand programmes as far back as 7 days straight from the electronic programme guide.
It's very easy to use.
And accessing HD content was a breeze.
I like the feature as well that you can just check options and then you know if it's in HD or not and automatically switch to it.
YouView's image quality wasn't too shabby either.
I think that was definitely the best out of the three. Very, very clear.
Very, very clear.
So after the family put the services through their paces, YouView had its nose in front. But free-to-air telly is only as good as the hardware that delivers it. So for our second test, we chose the leading personal video recorder for each service to look at their ease of use. And the couch potato in control of the remote would be my mum.
We've got some extra tests we'd like you to perform for us.
Oh, great.
I'm going to tell you what they are through this speaker here while we sit upstairs on the balcony and monitor you on a screen.
Good luck.
Good luck.
We headed upstairs so Mum could be alone to get to grips with the PVR's usability.
The 3 things she'd have to do on each of our PVRs were to record and set a series link for CSI for the following Monday.
Next, find and play the second part of a recorded episode of Neighbours.
And finally, find last Thursday's episode of Countdown.
Let's go! First up with Freeview Plus HD was the Samsung BD-F8 And right from the start, Mum struggled finding the TV guide.
Quick nav, where's quick nav?
A on the red button.
But once she had found the guide, using the quick nav button swiftly brought her to the right place.
Do you want to record the whole series? Yes, I do.
Hey!
Navigating to the library of recorded shows left Celia and us initially stumped.
I have no idea where I'm going.
And when Celia did find it, she couldn't get the recording to fast forward to the second part.
Nothing I'm pressing is doing
Not
anything.
available.
Although Catch-Up TV is only available through the Samsung's inbuilt apps, finding the previous week's countdown was relatively straightforward. Quick one.
Yay!
Next, for FreeSat Plus free time, was the Humax HDR 1010S.
After some difficulty using the EPG...
How do you get there?
No. Mum soon got to grips with the system's shortcuts.
Hooray!
Very good.
Well done.
Compared to Samsung's Freeview box, finding recorded programmes was a doddle.
Oh, look!
Recordings.
Excellent.
And there was no conundrum when finding the previous Thursday's countdown.
Select. Or hey. Our final PVR was UView's Humax DTR T1010. UView was our favourite service up until this point, and this time Mum was able to breeze through the first 2 tests.
Excellent.
There we go.
Hey.
Using catch-up to find the previous week's countdown was no puzzle thanks to the EPG, but it was incredibly slow to load.
It does take a while to catch up,
To catch
doesn't
up, isn't it?
it? Hey, jolly good.
So with the third PVR, that was actually your quickest times.
Finding the channels is easier. Finding the day is easier. I like this one the best.
So, Celia gave Humax's UView a great review for usability. Now for the G ratings.
It's 2 Gs for FreeSat Plus HD with free time and its Humax HDR 1010S box. It may offer more channels, but we felt its picture quality, interface and design were all rather disappointing.
It's 3 Gs for Freeview Plus HD and its Samsung BD-F8 box. The picture quality was superb, but the interface wasn't as intuitive as it could be.
And it's 4 Gs for UView and its excellent Humax DTR T1010 box. A doddle to set up with great picture quality, a shed load of catch-up content and an easy-to-use electronic program guide made this one our family favourite. For more information on all the gadgets featured in tonight's show and to watch our exclusive web TV video content, head on over to our brilliant website, www.channel5.com/Gadget Show. Plus, don't forget to follow us on Twitter by searching for @TheGadgetShow and join in the live debate using our official hashtag, #TheGadgetShow.
Time for the first break in the show now, but don't even consider going anywhere.
Go.
Right, I'm off.
As after the ads, athletics legend Ewan Thomas puts in the hard miles to determine which is the best running app currently on the market.
That was good. I'm not fit, though.
Welcome back to The Gadget Show, and you join us at the part of the show where Jason and I can take a back seat.
Get it? Hey! Backseat. Yeah, it's that part of the programme where Rachel and I like to just chill out a little bit, you know, take a weight off and hand over the gadget testing keys to someone who's an expert in a particular field.
Yes, and this week we've given the keys to the current UK 400-metre record holder, Ewan Thomas, and he's testing running apps for us.
As a busy presenter and gadget-mad broadcaster, Ewan Thomas doesn't have the time for running he once had, but keeping fit is still a big part of his life.
I'm no longer a professional athlete, but in my own mind I am, so when I go out for a training run, I take it seriously. I'm always on the lookout for any gadget that would give me that extra edge.
And Tech for Runners has recently shifted up a gear with the introduction of Bluetooth Smart. Bluetooth Smart is less power-hungry than its predecessor, and it doesn't need any additional kit to pair with your phone. With the creation of motivational running apps, which use the data sent from these new monitors, a runner can now keep tabs on every aspect of their performance. So the idea was to take 3 of the best of these new apps and test them for usability, coaching options and website backup.
To have a device that tells me how fast I'm running, how far I've run, and at what effort I'm doing is brilliant.
First up, the Polar Beat. Polar made the world's first commercially available portable heart rate monitor, so they've got a long pedigree in creating first-rate tech for athletes.
Beginner, exerciser, active exerciser, top athlete. Well, those have long gone active exerciser.
After putting in a few details, Ewan was ready.
I've set it to 400 metres. It has been years since I've done a 400. It will be slow. Let's see.
4.
Oh, I'm getting a countdown.
3, 2.
A bit annoying if I'm honest, that voice. Right, I'm off.
Target 0.4 kilometres.
Target, she told me the target.
An impressive start, but she was less talkative on the run.
I'm coming up to halfway of the target. I'd like to be told I'm running quite a nice pace here. Feels quite fast.
0.4 kilometres. Target completed.
Well, that was competent without being inspiring. Next, it's the Runtastic Pro. Track your workouts with GPS and share your achievements with friends. It's available on all major platforms.
5,
Oh.
4.
Straight away, a much better voice.
Session started.
Loads of authority. It's like a real coach.
This was much more informative,
Completed a quarter of the workout.
telling Ewan how far he'd run and how hard he was working.
I'm coming up to 400.
Session completed. Heart rate zone 3.
So far, this has sounded the most realistic to an actual human coach being with me, so that was good. I'm not fit, though.
Finally, it's the Adidas MyCoach. It's available for Android, iOS and Windows.
Ready? Let's do
Oh,
this.
it's Jessica Ennis. Ready? Let's do this. All right, Jess. I've got it on the basic setting, which is just a free workout, so I don't know how much she's going to talk to me. Come on, Jess, tell me something. She knows what this back straight feels like. She should be talking to me.
No heart rate, no distance, no encouragement. In fact, nothing, until he stopped.
You've done it. I'm proud.
She's proud of me. Now, how annoying that might become after, like, 6 months of her saying, well done, I'm proud of you, I'll be like, shut up, you're not. But today, I liked it.
After a morning spent on the track, the Runtastic was the clear front runner. But to fully explore these apps, Ewan headed to the park. Once again, he began with the Polar Beat, this time trying a 35-minute tempo workout.
So to look at the screen's really clear. Quite like it. It's got 4 main things it's telling me. How far I've run, how many calories, my heartbeat, and also how long I've been running.
This time, the feedback was good.
1 kilometre in 5 minutes 9 seconds. Average heart rate 133.
Be careful.
Record in distance.
Be careful what you wish for in life. I can't shut her up now.
Afterwards, Ewan was impressed by how easy it was to upload your training to the Polar Beat website.
It does what I've asked. It gives me my basic output. It gives me how far I've run, my maximum heart rate, my pace. It does everything I need, but I'd expect a bit more razzmatazz. Time for the Runtastic. Now, my initial impressions are I love it. It's clear, it's colourful, it's easy to use, it's a free app, but it doesn't turn out free. You need to download all the different training options.
If you do want all the Runtastic's bells and whistles, it can be very expensive indeed. In fact, if you bought every training plan on offer, it would set you back an astonishing £254.
Speed 13.9 kilometres per hour.
But on the run, Ewan loved it.
Try to hold your speed.
Ha! Telling me off. Try and maintain this speed. Do you know what, Runtastic? I need a break.
Out of all the apps, the Runtastic is the best for social media.
One of the things I do like is the interaction with people you're never going to meet, but, you know, Darren is cycling in France, for example. Marco is out racing his bike in Rome. OK, last up, it's Adidas MyCoach, and you know what? I'm going to go for a fitness assessment. Let's go.
And the great thing about Adidas MyCoach is that all the coaching options are absolutely free.
Increase your effort to 5 out of 10.
Nah, man.
1 minute 30 seconds.
She's telling me to increase my effort. Do one.
You've done it. I'm proud.
It also has the slickest website. Keeping track of your training has never been easier.
Straight away, brilliant. It's really clear. It's got a graph, show me my peak, how fast I went. It's got everything there.
After a day with the apps, Ewan was ready to pick his gold medalist.
It's really tough to call which one of these is the best, because if I'm honest, all three are brilliant. I'd happily go home and train with any of these. But I think the winner, because it was just so clear to use and it's completely free, I will go for Adidas My Coach. And you know what? It says at the top of the screen, a day off. So that's what I need. I'm out of here with the winner.
Right, now it's time to get our hands dirty with our latest instalment of our DIY gadget builds.
Yes, I have to be honest, this is my favourite part of the show. And this week's build is a strange one, given the time of year. It's a barbecue. Now, I know what you're thinking, why a barbecue in autumn? The thing is, it's just such a good idea, and so, you know, anyone can do it. We couldn't wait till next summer.
Absolutely. It's the ultimate in simplicity, but hopefully the ultimate in satisfaction. So follow us and we'll show you how to make a baked bean barbecue. Oh, very polite, thanks. Oh, again. Now, there are barbecues and there are barbecues, and they come in a range of sizes from the petite to the gargantuan. But we've decided to build the smallest barbecue ever, made from nothing more than a baked bean can. Right. First things first, ordinary baked bean can. We need to mark out where we're going to cut so we can open it up to form our basic barbecue structure.
Our design is based on the classic oil drum barbecue, a design stalwart that's been used for years by aficionados of al fresco cooking.
All right, goggles on. Ready to catch the beans?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Right, gonna get this out. So that's about right, isn't it?
Yeah, just need to get the bean juice off.
OK.
Would you like me to buff?
Could you buff?
I can buff.
Thank you.
We then removed the sharp edges with a burnishing tool.
That is debuffed. Next, we made legs for Baby Barbie by attaching 4 large bolts to the base.
To get the coals to burn effectively, they needed air, so we added holes to create a ventilation system.
While you're working on that, I'm just going to work on my little techie upgrade, OK?
Lovely.
Cool. The Bean Can Barbecue version 1 was shaping up nicely, but I'd had an idea, which required a little slicing and dicing to add a few modifications to the original design. My Baked Bean Barbecue version 2.0 was to have a lid and sides.
Now it's time to put the grate on. Just a bit of mesh here, cut it down to size. A little bit of cutting and a little bit of folding, and I was good to go. Boom!
Barbecues built, and time for an afternoon cycle jaunt into the West Midland wilds.
Jace?
Yeah.
Are you hungry?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's have some food. For a meet-up with a group of peckish ramblers.
Fancy a sausage?
Yeah.
Why not? So, veggie sausage, buns, ketchup. Wait for it. Pièce de résistance. Ooh. Oh, that's so cool. Homemade bean can barbecue. The first test for our tiny barbecue was to see how easy it was to light the charcoal. We have a flame.
I'm really impressed. That's a proper flame, isn't it?
Good. We could sit around and sing Kumbaya.
Yeah. Oh, let's hold hands. Kumbaya. Oh, maybe not. And we've all sat for hours, haven't we, with barbecues, not being able to get them going. That was instant.
And because it's quite small, hopefully it shouldn't take too long to warm up.
Thanks to its miniature size, the coals seem to burn down quicker. Ready for cooking.
Yeah. Should I put a sausage on the barbie?
I think so, yeah. Let's go.
I'm ready for this.
Coming in.
Yes. Do you think one at a time?
Go for two.
It's a beautiful thing. 2 veggie sausages weren't going to satisfy 4 hungry ramblers. Time for my Baked Bean Barbecue version 2.0 to double our cooking space. Oh, it's gorgeous! Look at that!
One of our observant volunteers had spotted that the second version looked a little different.
So why have you got a bit of a lid on this one?
Aha! This is why! My little pocket hand drill operated spit roast.
Oh, fantastic.
Gonna go through that.
Oh, OK.
The only barbecue test that really matters is how well it cooks.
Hey! Oh! It all worked so well, our ramblers wanted to turn mealtime on its head and have dessert for hors d'oeuvre.
Right-o. This will be the end of
How is it?
That is lovely.
Is it?
I'm gonna plate up.
Lovely. Look at that.
Bon appetit.
Is it cooked?
Is it cooked, honestly, through? Oh,
How is
brilliant.
it?
Lovely.
Really?
Want to go the other end?
I'm so impressed. What a great little gadget build this is. So simple and really effective. Right, we've got 3 sausages on. I get some more marshmallows on the spit.
Yeah.
And we'll have a proper feast.
Dancing came out.
Well, she's out this weekend, isn't she?
Time for another short break now, but when we return,
Excuse me, do you speak English?
John will be charming the good people of Switzerland
How much does a ride in your train cost?
with the help of the latest language translator apps.
Bien sûr. Bien sûr, of course. Excellent.
And in Florida, USA, Pollyanna gets behind the controls of the most amazing flying gadget we've ever featured.
Wow!
The astonishing, go anywhere, do anything, Signet. It's Gadget Show Live Christmas in partnership with Windows. And it's heading to Earls Court in London from the 1st to the 3rd of November. And tickets are on sale now. This year's event will be packed to the rafters with stacks of gadgets, games and toys. Enough to set every gadget lover's Christmas list alight. And our live Super Theatre Spectacular is promising to be a Christmas cracker too. With special guests, amazing tech and a whole bunch of Christmassy gadget giveaways. Tickets are selling fast, so to get yours visit www.gadgetshowlive.net.
Bentornati alla Gadget Show. Adesso parliamo delle app di traduzione.
Yeah, what she said?
Yeah, which was welcome back to the Gadget Show. Now we're going to be talking about translation apps.
Yeah, I'm just messing with you. I understand French. I'm totally down with it.
See.
Traditional translation gadgets aim to be your indispensable companion when travelling.
Excuse me, do you speak English?
Perfect for us Brits abroad who aren't too fond of learning the local lingo.
Where's the chemist, you know? Chemist?
But I've previously found them
I would like a cup of tea, please.
to be about as useful as an umbrella made from Swiss cheese.
No, I don't want that.
Torre di Pisa è in quella direzione.
A given shooting in that direction. Sounds like an area to avoid.
However, translation tech has come on leaps and bounds in the last few years, with apps now leading the way. So I've come to the multilingual city of Geneva in Switzerland to take a look at some of the latest offerings.
They speak 3 official languages here, German, French and Italian. So it's the perfect proving ground for the latest translation apps. And I'm going to kick off with one of the most ubiquitous, Google Translate.
Google Translate has had some significant updates since we last tested it 2 years ago. It can now interpret 70 languages, and it has some cool new features, such as a handwriting translator. And when translating simple phrases, it works effortlessly.
I'd like an apple tart.
Je voudrais une tarte aux pommes.
Je voudrais une tarte aux pommes. Well, that's fine.
It also moves seamlessly between one language and another.
Bien sûr. Of course. Excellent.
So, for simple communication, Google Translate works very well, though it can get its knickers in a twist.
How much does a ride in your train cost?
Un giro del lago è 8 per pessoa e 5 per le bambine.
In a tour of the lake and aim part to tickle the child.
That can't be right. That's ridiculous.
Another translation system offers interpretation without the need for face-to-face communication. Lexiphone differs from Google Translate in that it's an automated phone interpreter. Users call a computerized service which translates the phone call as they speak.
Now, I'm going to try calling my old friend Pascal. He doesn't know I'm in Geneva, so let's see how it goes. Hello, Pascal. It's John here. I'm in Geneva and I'd like to meet up at a restaurant.
The app routes your call to an online server which translates your message. And then asks the person at the other end to reply. It then uses voice recognition software to listen to what they say and translate it back to you. But all of this means there's a big time delay during a conversation.
Great in any restaurant is at what time?
The main issue I had with Lexiphone, apart from the constant annoying voice prompts,
To activate or deactivate Lexiphone translation, press the star key twice.
was that when it came to translating more complicated sentences, it was even more hit and miss than Google Translate.
I get it. See, this one.
Well, that's interesting. It started off well, but I think it's going to have to get a good deal slicker before you can rely on it to meet up with your friends.
To give my final app a real test, I headed out of the city centre towards the European home of one of the world's most famous and important organisations.
With 193 member countries and 6 official languages, including Arabic and Russian, a tour of the UN offices should give my app something to think about.
And the app I was going to test, in between a bit of sightseeing,
yes,
was iTranslate Voice. It's a comprehensive voice-to-voice interpreter that covers 42 languages. But unlike any other translation app out there, it has one very unique feature.
In Air Translate mode, you can actually speak with your conversational partner using their own phone.
If both devices have the app, they can be connected together, so translations can be shared simultaneously. To test this, Spanish speaker Pablo and I will use our phones to hold a conversation about some of the art in the council chamber.
Perfecto. Sí, esta sala es la sala del consejo.
This room is the council chamber.
From the off, iTranslate impressed, coping with simple exchanges exceptionally well.
What do these very impressive paintings represent?
¿Cuáles son estas pinturas representan?
But how would it fare with more complex conversation?
So, as a result of the vaccination campaign, what's happening?
Así como resultado de la campaña de vacunación que está pasando.
A través de las vacunas se consigue mejorar la calidad de vida y que tengamos una esperanza de vida más larga. Por tanto, mejora el nivel de los seres humanos.
I say, if it was able to translate that little lot, I'd be very impressed.
Through vaccines is improved quality of life, and to have a longer life expectancy thus improves the level of human beings.
I mean, what do you think of the quality of the translation?
Desde luego se aproxima mucho a lo que he dicho. I do think that it's very close to what I said.
So, iTranslate performed extremely well, coping with simple phrases and complex linguistics better than any translation device or app we've ever tested on the Gadget Show. However, these apps can use lots of data, which is costly if you're abroad. And on that sobering thought, it's time for the G ratings. It's 2 Gs for the Lexiphone. This is a really cumbersome app with too many steps that'll leave you lost in translation. It's 3 Gs for Google Translate. The updates have improved this app no end, but when it comes to translating complex sentences, it's a little disappointing. And it's a top score of 4 Gs for the iTranslate. After years of looking, we've found a translation app that's most definitely getting there. It's an app to rely on and take with you everywhere. Brilliant!
Jason, what on earth have you got down there?
Believe it or not, it's an electric unicycle. The SBU V3 is capable of speeds of up to 25 kilometres an hour. It can carry loads of up to 146 kilograms and on a single charge can reach a distance of up to 15 kilometres. Apparently, it should take about 20 minutes before you get the hang of it.
It looks amazing. Can I have a go?
I think you should. Worked. Blooming worked.
How cool is this?
Feeling good.
Oh,
Looking
my word.
good.
How bizarre is this?
Oh, my God.
Hang on, slower.
So how does it feel?
It's like it's got a mind of its own.
Yeah, it is right.
You lean forward and it goes quicker. You lean backwards, it goes slower.
Are you doing the little Latin dancey thing?
Oh, yeah. Twirl me round, twirl me round.
Twirl you round, OK. Got it? You know what I think's amazing about it? It's so small. It's got an electric motor in there, brushless electric motor.
It.
It's got, obviously, accelerometers or gyroscopes. That's kind of how it senses your input. And yet it's so small.
I'm going to let you have a go.
Okay.
Do you want my hand, Jace?
Yeah, I want your hand. Thank you.
OK.
Ready?
OK.
OK. All right. Okay. Whoa. OK, here we go. Oh, no. A little overconfident.
Start off slow. Oh,
yeah,
check
baby.
that out! He's going!
So he nearly hit that sign. I really like this. But I think, were this a little less expensive, maybe just the sub £1,000 category, you know, you'd see a few more around town because it's actually, it's just fun. It's just plain fun.
Time for the final break. But when we return, Pollyanna's licence to thrill hangs in the balance. Wow! That was a little bit scary. Welcome back to the final part of the show and to the moment we've all been waiting for with bated breath.
Yes, it's time for our globe-trotting, tech-unearthing correspondent, Miss Pollyanna Woodward, and her latest techie thrill.
Last week, she tried out the quad ski, which is a vehicle that can move on both land and sea. But believe me, this week, she's found something even more impressive.
I'd come to Fort Walton Beach in Florida to see an ingenious vehicle that has been designed to travel on land, water, and in the air.
Clear prop.
The Cygnet is the brainchild of aerospace engineer and pilot Michael Percy.
All right, you buckled?
Yeah, I'm all good.
Good.
Strapped in.
Let's get to moving.
Airtime Aircraft Incorporated call this an amphibious trike. It's impressive, isn't it?
But what makes the Cygnet totally unique is its ability to fly. This maritime motor trike has a fixed wing that's been adapted from a hang glider. To help it get airborne, it has a 68-inch propeller driven by a 900cc four-cylinder engine producing 100 horsepower. Cygnet can take off on land and water, and going between the two was seamless. And even though it combines 3 types of transport, operating this flying amphibious machine seemed relatively easy.
So just like a car,
Yep.
you got a throttle under the right foot,
Uh-huh.
then a brake under the left foot.
Okay.
And then I'm steering, and so this is just like a bicycle steering, but instead of with our hands, with our feet.
Okay.
So if we wanted to go that way, we turn our feet that way, just like we'd turn the handlebars that way on a bicycle.
Okay.
Controlling the Cygnet may be straightforward, but everything has been highly engineered. The floats, for example, act like pontoons, making the craft incredibly stable, and their innovative design maximizes performance.
They've got sort of a tunnel underneath that captures the air, and they've got a split in the float here that allows air to suck in underneath the floats.
So it gives you lift.
It gives you lift.
Glides a lot better.
That's right, and lets you ride on a cushion of air. And the important thing there is that you're breaking the inherent grab that the water has on the floats. You got to break free of that friction, and then you can accelerate really fast. Okay, final check. Our wheels are up.
Yep.
And then Michael effortlessly got us airborne.
And we're accelerating up to speed. There we are at 40.
Okay.
And up we go.
This is... That was so quick!
With 2 occupants, this particular model Cygnet climbs at a rate of 1,000 feet per minute and has a top airspeed of around 65 miles per hour.
This is quite unbelievable. This is quite a weird sensation, being open to the elements. And it feels like we're doing quite a hefty speed. I'm sure we're probably only doing about the 50, but it feels faster. This is fun. Oh my God, you're not even holding on.
I was having an incredible experience, but piloting any aircraft means having to contend with an invisible enemy that could strike at any time. And out of the blue, it did.
That was the turbulence from flying through his wake.
Wow!
What we experienced was the air turbulence created by the cruise Cygnet that was flying alongside us, and because I was so exposed, it did shake me up a bit.
That was a little bit scary.
The turbulence added a touch of fear to the excitement I was experiencing, but I had to put that to one side because after a little tuition, Michael was going to allow me to pilot the Cygnet.
You nervous about your first takeoff?
I am a little bit nervous, actually. I'm normally not this quiet.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people that you really can't shut up, annoyingly enough. However, I am a little bit anxious.
Okay. Okay, let's do it. Go all the way forward. All right, let it come back now. Woo! Okay, relax. Let me get it a little bit.
Thanks to the dual controls and quality engineering, I felt perfectly safe and totally confident.
This is a moment of kind of excitement and sheer... Wow.
And you'll feel little bumps in the air.
Uh-huh.
And the best thing to do is just let the wing dance. When you feel those little bumps, just relax your arms and
It's
let
like being on a mountain bike and cycling through rubble.
Exactly.
It's almost like you just have to let the wheel do what it needs to do and you just hang on.
Perfect, yeah.
And right on cue, more turbulence, just to test my resolve.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's like the white knuckle ride moment done. Doesn't really get much better than this, to be quite honest. I'm soaring through the skies in Florida, doing 50 miles an hour, feeling safe as houses and looking at some of the most beautiful scenery. This is so James Bond-esque. I literally cannot take the smile off my face.
Hey, Polly.
I'm jealous. I am
That was
seriously
amazing.
incredible.
It really is so versatile. It takes off and lands on sea and land itself. It is the perfect recreational aircraft.
And it didn't actually look that difficult to manoeuvre.
It was surprisingly easy to fly. I thought it'd be a bit harder than it looks, but as soon as you relax, let your elbows go, it pretty much flies itself.
OK, so come on, what's the score going to be for the Cygnet?
This, without a doubt, is one of the most thrilling and cleverest pieces of tech that I have got my hands on. And for that reason alone, I have to give it, wait for it, 99%.
99%?
Wow, she's going to have to go into decimals to get any higher than that.
Isn't she?
Wow,
It
no
goes
wiggle room.
right to the top. Can't believe it's beaten the Maverick flying car from last series.
7.5% more. So that's all we've got time for this week.
Yeah, don't expect, you know, us to talk that next week. Ain't going to happen.
But see you next time anyway.
But we're going to try. See you then.
Bye.
Next time on The Gadget Show, Jason and I get into some seriously scary tech for Halloween.
Excuse me, do you know where Elm Street is at all?
Are you serious? TV presenter Jamie East exposes £100 compact cameras to a paparazzi test.
You seem to have just focused in on Claire Cooper's chest region.
It's a bit hard not to, really.
And Pollyanna plays the Joker as she takes a ride in a vehicle fit for a superhero.
Holy Is that because I ran too quick?